What if the best part of your next camping trip is something that you haven't tried yet? I'm not even a bird watcher, but ever since I started bringing these binoculars with me, I've seen wildlife up close and personal and been able to discover nature like I've never seen it before. This might be the coolest gadget that you're always going to want to keep in your camper because every trip's a chance to see something new, up close and personal. But here's the thing, I never realized how much I was missing out on until I started using these. And I think once you give them a try, you're going to feel the same way. I love how these NOCS Provisions Field Issue binoculars are designed for people specifically like us, campers, bikers, hikers, and outdoor enthusiasts. That's why I was super excited when NOCS sent me this pair so I could test it out and I could share it with you. One of my absolute favorite things to do when I go camping is hiking, especially if I can find a waterfall along the way. But here's my confession. I've had this pair of binoculars in my camper for the past 6 years, and I've probably only used them 3 times. But take a look at the difference in size between these two. Let me get them out because I want to show them to you. These binoculars are big and bulky and heavy, and they were a pain to lug along when I went hiking. And when I did bring them, it was just frustrating trying to get them dialed in so I could see what I actually was trying to see. And that's a shame because I had no idea what I was missing out on until I tried these. These NOCS binoculars, they're really lightweight. They weigh just 16.7 ounces. I don't know exactly how much this pair of binoculars weigh, but this pair of binoculars definitely feels like bricks compared to these binoculars. And here's the best part. They actually feel good in your hand. The textured rubber makes it easy to grip and to hang on to. That's exactly why I love these. They're grab and go, which means I'm going to actually want to take these guys along with me. By the way, if you've never experienced the fun of using binoculars and want to see what you've been missing out on, literally, I dropped my Amazon link for these binoculars below this video. Just click more and you'll find it. So picture this, you're out hiking and you catch a movement off in the trees, or you notice a waterfall way off in the distance. With the right binoculars, you're suddenly going to be able to see the details. And these may be details that you would never have noticed otherwise. These are the kind of moments that are going to completely change how we experience all of our adventures. But here's the kicker. These binoculars, they're not just lightweight, they're rugged, waterproof, and fog-proof. NOCS calls it bomb-proof construction, which I think is a pretty bold claim, but that definitely gives me the confidence to toss these in my pack without worrying. And get this, they actually won Best Birding Binoculars from National Geographic. I mean, if they're good enough for National Geographic explorers, imagine what we're going to be able to see on our weekend camping trips. That's why I'm saying that they're the perfect adventure-ready binoculars. But here's the thing, they're not only for when you're out doing stuff. I've had fun using these when I've been just relaxing and sitting around my campsite. I spent an hour watching squirrels playing. I never knew just how hilarious those guys can be and the big personalities that they have. It's kind of like I had my own campsite entertainment. Honestly, until I got these in my hand, I really just didn't realize how much fun having binoculars with is. And I really wish that I had them sooner. And I'm super thrilled because now I'm going to have a pair of binoculars that I'm going to keep in my camper that I'm actually going to use. Do you keep a pair of binoculars in your camper? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear if you actually use them. But if you don't and you want an easy grab and go pair, be sure to check out my Amazon link that's in the description. Now let's talk price. I was curious just how these stacked up to others on Amazon, and I was shocked to see just how expensive binoculars can get. Some in the thousands of dollars, but you can also find some cheap ones in the $30 to $60 range too. So when I found out that these NOCS Provisions Field Issue binoculars were $179, I was pleasantly surprised. Honestly, I thought these were going to be more expensive because they feel solid and like they're really well made. That price point to me really hits the sweet spot between quality and value. I've added these binoculars to my shop page at randysadventures.com/shop. And that's where you're going to find all of my top rated camping gear and special discounts. But of course, my Amazon link is also in the video description below if that's easier for you. Now it's time for my Honest Randy's rating for these binoculars. Do they pass my 2 check tests? And the first one, are they easy to use? Yes. Nothing says easy like grab and go. And number 2, will I actually use these when I go camping. Yes, this review really gave me the chance to see what it's like to have the right set of binoculars with you. And I'm really glad to finally get rid of these bulky binoculars that were taking up a lot of space, especially when I never use them. So I'm giving the NOCS Provisions Field Issue Binoculars a solid 9 out of 10. Next, if you're looking for more small camper gear and gadgets that actually solve real camping problems, I've got a playlist right here that's packed with must-have goodies. Click here now, and I can't wait to see you over in the next video.